Hey guys, this is Brock Bowman again with another update on this truck project I've been working on for a while now. This time around I did a few things, a few different things. This time I did the mirrors. I actually replaced the mirrors with the power fold mirrors that also have the cameras built in and the puddle light, which you can see there. They also have the spotlight feature, which I did hook up, which I find, to be honest with you, is semi-useless, but I think it's neat anyway. This particular mod, I did the programming so it only unfolds the mirrors when the driver opens and closes his doors, and they both open out. And that's kind of nice if you think about it, because if you've got to run to your truck for something and get groceries out of the back and make a couple trips, this and that, it won't keep opening and closing your mirrors, you know, and that kind of thing. But anyway, this was kind of a big job for, you know, what a lot of people might think wasn't that big of a gain. I like the challenge of it, so for me it was a worth it mod. I also replaced the emblems, by the way, with these red backed ones, which I'm on the fence about. I like them, but I don't quite love them yet. Also replaced the EcoBoost emblems with something different. But back to these mirrors. So my mirrors, if you take your sail panel off, which is the panel right inside where the mirrors mount, you'll see that you probably, if you have an XLT, more than likely you have the 8-pin harness and connector for the XLT. For these mirrors to work, you need the 22-pin. Now the 22-pin requires you rewire the whole door. Now it's something you can do, and I did it. I ordered the parts from Tasca, brand new Ford OEM complete harnesses, but you know, it's a bit of work. It's not for the faint of heart. But if you want your truck to be all it can be, it's kind of a cool mod. Also forgot to mention that I did add the Bliss modules to the taillights as mentioned before, and these are Bliss mirrors. They technically don't work yet, and the reason is I've got one more wiring harness on order that goes basically the length of the cab and fills in the blanks for missing wires. Now you can add the wires supposedly to the existing one, but I just wasn't down for that. Something else I did, also when you do that modification with the wiring harness, it has the position for the memory switch, so it's a different connector. And what I did is I repinned and then put the other wires that came aside and repinned for the plug that I had off the old harness, which I basically took apart and then put the wires from the new harness into this backing here for this plug. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of information on the forums. F150 forum is the best out there, in my opinion. They've given you the most information. There's a bunch of guys on there that are experts that do this stuff and do so many favors for the rest of us that go behind them and do these projects. So check them out, join, and donate if you can. It's definitely a worthy cause. One of the other things oh, by the way, here's the, I replaced this whole thing to get the spotlight mirrors to work. The harness actually is funny. It's in the dashboard behind this on your stock one. If you pop it off, you can see it. But what's not included is there's a light module that has to be bought and installed, and that goes up under here. I won't show you, but the plugs are there and everything, but you need the light module. You need obviously this different vent that has the hole for the switch and the switches themselves. Like I said, it's kind of a useless mod in my opinion, but something people think it's cool, and it is cool to have it and say you got it hooked up. I mean, might as well, right? If you're going to all this trouble, might as well get everything out of it. The other thing I did was I added the 8-inch cluster that comes on the Lariats and aboves. Yes, it can be a direct swap for our trucks, and you'll actually see a couple errors and come up here because I don't have that wiring harness hooked up yet. I've also got a camera on order for the front grille, and I've got that wiring harness as well. So yes, I'm going to be doing the camera mod since I have most of the cameras now anyway. And eventually I'll do the auto park mod too. It's just fun for me. I know, guys, I know how to park a truck, but hell, if it's available, I kind of want to add it just for the fun of it. But I do like this cluster. I think it's pretty awesome, and getting the turbo gauge out of it is probably the best thing ever. It does work quite well, and it shows you what's happening under your hood. And the directions show up in the cluster when you have your navigation. If you have the 8-inch screen, it works pretty great. So there's some updates, guys. as before, you know, you saw the Raptor wheel, you saw the mirror that was done, the Gentex mirror with the HomeLink add-ons. Also that I wired in the radar detector, Escort, of course. And I can't think of anything else right now, but those are my updates for this time. And thanks for watching as always. And if you don't mind, please click and subscribe for more updates. I don't just do this one truck. I usually have another project or two, usually Ford based, but keep checking back for more updates. Thanks, guys. Take care.